Hey fam, I'm back. I don't have a lot of time today, but I did get a longer hose for the spout. I had to warm it up. This is harder hose. This is the hose that came with this, but it's not long enough for the 5-gallon tank. It's a very flexible hose. But when we went to the hardware store, they didn't have that same kind of hose. However, this is a food grade hose, BPA free, all that good stuff. But they only had it in hard plastic. So I had to warm it up with my heat gun in order to fit it on the end of the okay, so that's the water pump. And yes, it is a little bit noisy. It's slightly quieter when there's water flowing through it, but yeah, it's a little bit noisy. But I'm not too worried about it because I'm not really going to be stealth camping. And usually I would do a foot pump. If you've been around for any time, you know that that's my favorite thing to use is a foot pump. And I could still definitely do that because this can always be changed. Remember, anything I'm doing in here is minimal cost. So if I want to change it later after camping in it for a little bit and like, you know what, I'd rather have the foot pump, then so be it. The only reason I didn't do the foot pump is when you do a foot pump, it requires some space to sit. It requires, you know, a lot of effort, you know, to push because they're not, oh, that popped off. There we go. They're not super squishy, at least not the one that I have come across in my years of buying them. They're not super squishy. They require a little bit of effort on them. And yeah, so I decided I already had this, so why not use it? Make life easier. The one thing I do like about the foot pump, which like I said, I might upgrade to later, or I don't know if it's an upgrade or just change, whatever, is that you can be pumping and have both of your hands, you know, free for washing. This, you're going to probably use way more water than necessary. And I usually am going to, you know, soap in one hand, tap the button and let a little water come out, and then rub my hands together for a while, and then take the pinky and tap the button again and rinse. That's usually how I would do it. Or if I'm doing dishes, I would just put a little bit of water. Well, usually with dishes, I do my spray bottle with vinegar, so don't really need the water so much. So anyway, this is more for drinking, washing hands, and washing up the body. That's pretty much what this would be for. So yeah. All right, so I don't know if we're gonna put this in because I need to cut a piece of 2x4 because this needs to be sat up a little higher because otherwise it's flush with the sink. I still haven't figured out the sink drain, how to flatten that yet, but let me turn you around so you can take a look at what's going on with the sink, and we can talk about where I might be putting this faucet because I'm not even 100% sure where I want it yet. Okay, so here's the sink. I think first thing I need to figure out is where exactly I want the sink. So I have this put in there. I can pretty much put the sink however I want. Do I want it further back? Do I want it off to this side? I don't want anything on that side because I know that's where the cooktop will go, maybe occasionally, or even my most likely my dish drainer for dishes that are drying will go there. So I don't know if I want it up higher. I think I want it more this way, so it gives me more space that way. And I don't want it this way because then it's almost coming to the edge here, which I guess it doesn't really matter. But I want to have the most amount of room there, so I think I want to have it like that. Okay, so I got a 2x4 here that I can cut a square off of, because I'm going to need to raise this by that much. That gives it just enough distance. Otherwise, it's pretty much sitting flush, and that's hard to get your hands under when washing your hands. So all I need to cut is a little square of that, and then I can sit it right there. I think that might be it. And then I know previously I had even toyed around with using one of these right here. Problem is, I don't have to go get my dish drainer and then putting this right here on this corner. I'd have to use an L bracket. The only thing I don't know, I've got to go get the dish drainer. So let me go inside and grab that so I can see how much space it takes up. It's a small RV one, so it's not huge, but I can't remember the measurements. So let me go do that. Okay, here we go. It fits in there perfectly. Either direction it would fit. This direction's a little bit closer to the sink, but this way doesn't touch the sink at all. It's all the way at the edge there. So this direction, I think, is perfect. So I could even keep this here. It's not in the way at all. So that is interesting. Okay, good. So that's good to know. I would just have to make this straight like that. Okay, so we could possibly have this as our setup, which I think is nice instead of having just a block of wood there, because this gives me a place to put dish soap and sponges. The only issue is I'm gonna have to put something on this other side because things are gonna fall down there. These shelves only have one bar, and I think I have some scrap wood I can cut down. So let me find a piece and see what we can do. And I can just paint it red as well. So here's a piece of scrap wood. Obviously it's too long, so I'll need to measure and do some cutting here. All right, so we'll need to do some measuring and some cutting, and then drill this into the back of the piece like that to make a back plate for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line. I think I have paint here. And then I'm gonna get the saw out. The jigsaw's right here next to me. I gotta get a blade, and then we'll cut this. Then I'll go ahead and, I don't think I have the spray paint out here. I have the liquid paint, but it's not the same color, so I gotta go grab the spray paint. And then first we're gonna cut this, drill it on, grab the spray paint, paint it, and then it's kind of rough looking, but that's okay. It's fine. All right, let's get the jigsaw blade. I think this one is a good one. I don't think this is for metal. I think this is for wood. That wood's been cutting pretty easily too. This wood that I used for the cabinet, it seems to be cutting pretty easily without so much effort. So that's a good thing. Let's put this saw blade in, and then we'll get this plugged up, get that piece cut. Oops. And then I'm gonna run in and get the come on, get in there, fit right. Don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get this cut, run in and get the spray paint, then come back after it's all spray painted. Okay, so while I was waiting for the spray paint to dry on the shelf, I got the TV going. it is a Roku. And I'm just looking at the 3 different places I could place it. I think the one place is gonna be a no, and I'll show you why. The original TV to this van was one of those TVs with the like a DVD player or VHS, I don't know, because it's 97, so it could have been a VHS, I don't know. And it's got the 2 12-volt ports up there, but this TV is much wider than that space, so I wouldn't be able to open my cabinets, so I feel like that's a no-go. And remember, I'm sleeping with my head this way and my feet this way, so you know, that doesn't really make sense to put the TV up there. So I'd have to watch TV in couch mode. I mean, I could. Again, the cabinets wouldn't open, so that just kind of gives that a no. The other place is on this side, because there's a cabinet up here. Let me tilt you. All right here's a cabinet and a wall. So this is the cabinet. This is very small. I do not know why. Like, what are you putting in here? I don't know why this is not longer to access this space. But I guess if you put things in packages, you can just pull it out. But you'd have to move so many things around to get to the one on this end or this end. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I think what I'm going to do, there is a bracket here on both sides. I'm not sure how sturdy this will be with this front panel gone. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to take the front panel off and see if it'll still stand. This ledge will still stand, because I know it's all connected. And I'm thinking it's probably not gonna stand. There are 2 pieces of wood on each side of this. They're short though, so they're not connected to anything, so I'm not sure what they're holding up. I haven't gotten a flashlight and really looked in there, because it's hard to get, you know, your head in there. But I'm gonna try and take this off and see if this part is still just as sturdy. I have a feeling it's not gonna be. I know it's connected to this piece of wood and this piece of wood over here, but I don't think those by themselves are sturdy enough. And in this back section is really loose, so I don't know what's happening there. But I'd like to, I don't know where all the other screws are though. I have 3 right here, and I've taken those off before and tried pulling this off and it won't. I don't know where the other brackets that are holding it in are, because I don't feel any other screws. It could be glued. Maybe it's glued. They might have used some kind of glue before screwing it in. Anyway, like I said, there's 2 brackets here, 2 little pieces of wood, 2 short pieces of wood right here that don't seem to be holding anything. They're just literally a block of wood here and a block of wood here drilled directly into this. I don't know what it's holding. There's nothing on top, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the sides. So I'm thinking if I get my jigsaw and cut at least an opening on this side, I can mount the TV on this side and we can take this off, so that it's just an opening here that I can access, and then the television will be like right here. How big is this television? Let me get my tape measure. All right, for some odd reason, I can't seem to find my tape measure. I think that I threw it in this box last time I used it. It's not in the bin that I'm using, that I have all my tools in, which is strange. Okay, well, we're gonna use this. All right, so the TV. The TV's about this long, so yeah, it'll cover about half of this. This is soft, so I can butt it up against there, but it's going to cover at least half of that. And let's look at let's look at the height. So the height's gonna come down just about a little less than an inch, or maybe an inch. So that, it'll fit. Actually, let me unplug it and just hold it up there. So yeah, it would fit right there. That would actually be perfect. Now that I think about it, I could put it here. So it could be on the corner. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I could get a bracket and hang it right here in the corner. Like this. That would be kind of cool, right? I think that'd be cool. So I need a bracket that I can put right here, and then that wouldn't interfere with this at all. And then I can look at it while sitting on the couch in couch mode, or the bed in couch mode. I could look at it, and I can look at it while reclining. You know what I'm saying? So, and I have this piece of wood to put a bracket on that would come out in, you know, an arm. So then I've got to find a TV mount and then just put it on there. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That's where we're gonna put it. I hadn't even thought about that till just now. I still might end up making this bigger, a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, and taking this off and then putting a piece of netting here so stuff doesn't fall out, but that I can pull down the netting and reach in to grab stuff, just to give me more room to even get in there. Because this, I don't know what man thought of this, but you know, a man did this. And clearly a man did this. This is not something a woman would have done. At the very least, you could have put two of them like you did on that side. It's just ridiculous. Or just one long one. I just don't get it. Anyway, so that's where the TV's gonna go. All right, let's go check on our shelf and see if it's dry. And because I don't have a lot of time, I've got to get going somewhere. So I'm gonna try and place that so I can place this fresh tank spigot, and then that's one part of the sink done. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about the little flange that's going up like that. I just have no clue what I'm gonna do. Yeah, all right, let's go get that. Well, it's not 100% dry. Sorry, the sun's coming in. Let me switch your position. There we go. All right, so it's not 100% dry here, but I don't think I need it to be dry right there in order to put it in place, because I'm just drilling it straight down. So in the bottom, I didn't put any paint on the bottom, so. All right, so this is gonna go back here. I think we'll be okay. I wanna keep these items in place. All right, I'm gonna go to the back door and do this, because I think it'll be easier to drill that side from the back door. Let me get my drill and my screws. All right, I'm gonna move this. I know it fits. I wanna push this back as far as I can before drilling in, because that's one good thing about having soft sides. You can push things, and I want to put it right to the edge. I'm getting paint on me. And I'm going to drill it in this corner, I think. And then the other one, I'm going to drill into this post. And then I have a third one in case I feel like I need it. I don't think I am. Nothing heavy is going to be in here. Nothing is going to be like super, uh-oh, it might be too short. Oh, I have a step stool. Hold on. I've had this step stool from the house in here, the whole time, so that's a good thing. All right, we're gonna drill in the corner here for the most part. Let me just get it started. What is happening? Okay, we're gonna push it back and drill into the countertop. And now this one, like I said, I'm gonna drill straight into this. There we go. Ah, it's not dry, so the dust got stuck. Okay, I have to repaint that a little bit. That's okay. Oh no, I got paint right here. Okay, that's very strong. I got paint on my countertop here a little bit. I'll get a little sandpaper and sand that because I'm gonna sand and paint this anyway. Haven't decided if it's gonna be red or gray or what. It might end up being gray, not sure. All right, so now we've got that. Actually, if I do the sink right there, it kind of sits right there on it. Part of the sink and part of the counter. And then this, we had like that. So that works. All right, so let me figure out some brackets for this. Problem is I can't have it sitting straight on the bottom because I have to have that tube come out. So it's got to sit like to the side, one of the sides a little bit. So I'm not quite sure. It's not heavy, so I don't need it, you know. It can sit on this side and the tube can go down because the gray tank is down there. I mean the fresh tank. The fresh tank is down there. The gray tank is under the sink. But I just needed the tube to go around behind this piece of wood into the fresh and be long enough to sit at the bottom of the fresh. So I gotta get a small L bracket, and I think I'm gonna just put it on this side here of the wood and the plastic, because there's a gap here where I can drill into with a short little small screw, and that'll help it sit right on top of the sink. And it shouldn't go anywhere on just that one side. Should be strong enough. We're about to find out. Okay, I forgot that I have this strapping stuff too. It's like a pipe strap. I could use that across here as long as I'm not touching the button, and drill it into both pieces of wood, and that might be the easiest thing to do. Because I can keep this here permanently and charge it. The charger's in the back top, so I can always put the USB port here and charge it without taking it off. So once I place it, it could be permanent, you know. So let me get the tubing and put that in before I start making it permanent. And then it's gonna sit like this, and then this tubing is gonna go down into the tank. And if I use that strapping like this, I can either put a piece on each side or I can go straight across the top. Let's try across the top method. Let me get my, let's see. I brought my heat gun out here with me to soften this up a little bit, but it's okay. Alright, so if we go across the top, like this, drill into this side, drill into this side. I feel like that might be, actually I could You go right over the top and still give myself enough room to stick a finger in there to turn it on, but I don't think it'll be tight enough. All right, let's see. All right, if we cut a piece here, if we cut it shorter, and if we just drill a piece into this cavity and then a piece onto this, that might be better. I think that's what we're gonna do. All right, let me get my little screws. All right, little screws, where are you? I just dumped you in here. All right, so this one, I'm gonna drill it here and put it back at an angle. So I'm gonna put it pretty much at the middle. Uh-oh. Jeez Louise. Okay. There's the first one. Okay. Then we're going to cut another. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, this one gonna fit right down there. An angle like that. And this one might go straight down, I think. So we're gonna go again in the middle and drill. And that cavity is meant for sitting on top of a water bottle. These faucets sit on top of 5-gallon or 3-gallon water bottles. I think even maybe a 2. Ooh, what the heck? Don't know what happened. Come on, cooperate. Why are you doing that? Oops, ah! Dropped the whole thing, dang it. Nope, I'm right in the cavities. I don't know why this one is. It's always one. It can never be simple. Never. There we go. Jeez Louise. So unnecessary. All right, this one's going back and that one's going down. Okay. All right, and I gotta get ready to get out of here. So this is gonna be the last thing I do today. Let me screw in. I'm gonna turn this. Oh, I can't turn that because it has to sit on it, huh? All right, let me get the little screws that I need. All right, now I might be in the way of the camera here, but let's put this in, bring this over like that. I'm gonna do a little bit of bending. Here we go. Okay, hopefully I'm not in the way of the camera, but we've got our 2 screws. This one is going over there. Let's put you in there. Oh, I need to get a washer, another washer. I like to put the washers on these plastic things because sometimes, you know, sometimes. Come on, cooperate. You right there. You straight like that. Hose up in there. So once we put this screw in, you're pretty much going to be permanent. Don't poke the hose. Don't poke the hose. You know what? I think I may have cut this too short. I did. This one needed to be longer on this side. Cut them the same length, but I didn't realize that this one needed to be a little bit longer to account for the hose. And so there we go. Let's get it started without this in the way. The extension. Alright, that's what I need, an extension. Okay. And now we're gonna go on the other side. Okay. Need it at the bottom. Might use it on that second hole instead. I mean third hole. Let's move this out of the way. Thinking I'm gonna put it on this upper hole instead. Let's get it started. By hand. There we go. Okay. I don't need this extension. Come on. It's a little wobbly, but I don't think it's gonna come off. I might need to do another one in the front. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. There we go. I think I'll take the short one that I had from earlier. Oops. this off. I think we'll put one right here. Put one in here and in there. So 1, 2, 3. This inside of there. All right, I could not find another washer, but that's okay. Oops. We're going to do this one. There we go. That takes away the being able to sit right there. But it gives me way more stability, so I guess we're gonna have to suck it up, buttercup. Because I can't get it underneath it like I had it. But once this is tightened down, the sink won't move anyway, so it's fine. Alright guys, I've got to go. That's gonna be it for this video. The next one we will continue on, or maybe I will have finished it. So be good to yourself, be kind to others, and whatever your journey, enjoy it.